All right, guys, good morning. Today is Thursday, May 12th. We are going to be starting off with our digital trifold and then reviewing for your comprehension and selection test tomorrow. After that, we are going to be working on our 5 things. You're going to take your practice spelling and vocabulary test to review for your quizzes tomorrow. You're going to work on your grammar and mechanics. Remember, mechanics is a little weird today or this week. For when you go to mechanics game, you are going to need to get a couple of the questions wrong in order to move on. So like you're going to notice for like question 2 or maybe question 7, there are going to be no mistakes. However, you won't be able to click next unless you put an actual mistake. So you got to put 2 mistakes, because once you get something wrong twice, it lets you move on to the next question. So make sure you guys know that for mechanics. And then if you still have not completed your selfie writing for this week, you need to do that today, okay? After ELA, we have PE. And then after PE, we're going to review for your final benchmark, which is going to be topics 13 through 16. And then tomorrow, we're going to take a whole end of the year test to see how well you guys have gotten through all of the math topics for 2nd grade. And then starting next week, we're actually going to be getting ready for 3rd grade. We're going to start doing some 3rd grade lessons. After that, you guys will have lunch. At 12 o'clock, you guys are going to work on read theory on your own. You're going to do read theory online resources while I meet with ELD students. And then you have your screen break. And then at 12:45, you guys are going to complete any missing or incomplete assignments. If you guys have any questions, you guys can message me on Google Classroom. And then I would be more than happy to meet with you guys, help you guys out. Okay. At 1:45 to 2:07, you guys are going to complete your 1 activity for the week. You're going to take a video or a photo of what you guys did and post it on Class Dojo. You guys can do an art lesson, a health lesson, or a social emotional learning activity. You can find all of those resources in your Miss Park's website under online resources. And then at the end, you guys are going to have your 20 minutes of fun time reading, where you guys can choose any book you would like, and you guys are going to read it for 20 minutes. If you are not a fluent reader yet, you guys can read the book, the stories that we have in McGraw-Hill. You guys can also use Epic Reading, and those are all tools that will help you guys read. However, I still recommend you guys to read, not just have something being read to you, because that's going to really help you guys with your fluency. All right. Kayla, do you have a question? Ooh, not Mother's Day activity. Oh, right here. Kayla, do you have a question? Okay.
People are on the schedule.
Sorry, that was from last week. So I scrolled down too far, but no, it's not on the schedule. We have no feeble art. Feeble art is over now, sadly. All right, guys.
Okay.
What?
Yes.
Feeble art is like over now. What about Code Ninja?
Code Ninjas was over already. I think before we went to spring break. All right, guys, go ahead and get out your digital trifold. I should see all of you guys with it out. You're going to go to classwork, scroll down to ELA, click on classwork, scroll down to ELA, and then it should be under Thursdays. Wonders ELA digital trifold Thursdays. Go ahead and open that up. It's going to take you here. We're going to scroll all the way down till we find our story for this week, which is going to be My Light. And guess what, guys? This is going to be your final digital trifold of the year. We are not going to have a digital trifold for the next couple of, or I guess the next 3, because there's only 3 more ELA lessons anyways. We won't have any more digital trifold, so we're going to focus more on your CRCs and then also getting some end of the year assignments completed. All right, so I am on the last slide. So just scroll all the way down to the very end and you'll see it, okay? Who is telling the story? How do you know? Give specific examples and page numbers. So what I'm gonna need to do is I'm gonna need to reread the story to find those page numbers.
Read.
When you see the city lights at night, they look like stars have fallen down to earth. Those lights are starlight. My light. I am your sun, a golden star. You see my radiance as light.
Ooh, so that's page 514. So who is telling the story?
The sun.
Very good. How do you know? It tells us on page 14. Says, I am your son. So let's write that. Now, if we're taking something straight from the story and we're copying it word for word, what do you guys need to do? You need to put it in what?
Capitalize.
Well, you do need to capitalize I, but not, you don't have to capitalize every single word. But what do you need
Make
to
it
put it
big.
in? What do you need to put it in? What are these things called right here? For copying
Typing
word.
dot.
A what? I think I heard rain.
Typing dot.
I don't think I'm hearing the right answer. What are these called right here? If we're saying something that
Quotation marks.
quotation marks, thank you. If we are using the exact words from a story, we're using it word for word. I am your son. We're saying it exactly how it was. Because those are not your words, you need to cite your evidence. Citing your evidence means you're going to put it in quotation marks. And then sometimes you have to put the page number and the title. And so we put that page number there as well. Now, how do we use energy to make electricity? Give specific examples and page numbers. How do we use energy to make electricity? How do we use energy to make electricity? Okay, so here, what are the different types of energy we can use? So what kind of energy, what kind of energy are we using here to make electricity? What is this one called? This is a dam and it's blocking off this stuff here. What is it?
Water.
Water, very good. So we have water energy, which we found on page 518.
Miss Pat, can you put it in the chat, please?
Yes, I can. So the first box, page 514, second box, it's going to have multiple answers, okay? So we have page 518 is water. What do we have next? Ooh, what is this called? Where else can we get energy from? What did we learn about yesterday?
Other plants die and
ocean?
are buried.
So the
Some were
ocean is
buried
water.
millions and millions of years ago and turned to coal. Then my energy stayed deep underground, locked inside the coal.
So where else can we get energy from?
The dead plant.
The dead plants, which we call coal, they turn into coal. Page 523, we learned about coal. All of that. So for the water energy, we learned that we use these turbines from the dams and it goes through this funnel and it goes really, it makes the water go really, really fast and that turns into electricity. There's all this energy that's kept underground, compacted in this like coal, and that creates energy. There was two more. So here's this coal. They heat up, the fire heats up the water into steam, and then the steam shoots against the giant turbines, which spin, and then they send the energy into generators to make electricity. And then what is this one? Oh, you know what? I skipped one earlier. Okay, what is this one?
Solar.
Solar energy. We can also use solar energy, page 526. And so what does the solar do? The solar streams across the solar panels, and then the solar panels have these copper wires, and then they flow into the buildings, and then that's how you turn on lights. And then what is the last one that I actually skipped right here? The sun creates warm air, which ends up, warm air always rises.
Wind.
Very good. So if you guys have ever like been to like, I don't know, like if you guys have ever gone camping with like bunk beds, if you guys have ever noticed that, or like if you guys live upstairs and downstairs, it's always warmer upstairs and cooler downstairs because warm air likes to rise up. And so the sun will warm up the air, which will rise up, and then and the cool air pours in, and that's how wind is created. So even the sun helps create wind. And that is on page 520. So those are all the different ways that different types of energy can create electricity. All right. Last one, identifying facts from the text, right? 2 facts you learned about electricity from my light. So what are 2 facts that we learned about electricity from my light? So let's move on. And let's reread to see if we can find one.
When you see the city lights at night, they look like stars have fallen down to earth. Those lights are starlight. My light.
So that's not anything about electricity. I'm looking for the word electricity.
I am your sun, a golden star. You see my radiance as light. Each day I warm your land and water. Tiny drops of warm water rise and form clouds. The clouds cool down. My energy falls in rain. The water flows from streams to rivers, carrying my energy down, down, down. A dam. You humans stop the flow. My energy is trapped. Wish, some water shoots down tunnels to giant turbines. Whoosh, the water spins the turbines round and round. It spins my energy to generators which make electricity. Now my energy is in the electricity. It flows away in copper wires. The wires hum. Electricity flows, pulsing, 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 my energy out to your towns and cities.
Ooh, so I saw electricity being used in both of these pages. So what are 2 facts you learned about electricity? So electricity comes from the energy that we get from the sun, right? Because remember, where does it all start from? The sun. The sun creates all this different energy around, and it flows through the water, and then we stop that through a dam. And then the water, we tunnel that water, and then it keeps on going fast and fast in a turbine. And then it creates this energy, it creates this electricity. And so now the sun's energy is inside the electricity. So write 2 facts you learned about electricity from my light. So one fact is electricity comes from the sun. So here's one fact. Let's do the second fact now. Let's keep reading to see if we can find another fun one.
My light falls on solar cells and charges their electrons. No turbines, no generators. Electricity streams across the cells, which pour it into copper wires. Electricity flows to the building below.
So here's another way that the sun's energy can produce electricity. So these solar panels,
Yeah, solar panel.
there you go. These solar panels get charged by the sun, kind of like when you guys think of like your phone being charged. The sun charges these solar panels through its rays. It charges their electrons. And then what happens is these go ahead, they start to flow, and then they pour into copper wires that turn into electricity that can be used in the building. So what is another fact you learned about electricity? So we can say solar panels get charged and copper wires hold the electricity. So if you guys ever see a solar panel at school or on someone's house, you can tell them, I know that that is creating electricity because the sun is charging those solar panels, and then the energy that the solar panels are holding all gets sent into a copper wire that then turns into electricity that we can use to charge our phones, to charge our homes, to turn on lights, to turn on TVs, to charge cars. All right, all of those answers, ooh, let me make that bigger, are in the chat. I will give you guys 1 minute, however. So you guys have 1 minute, and then all of the answers are in the chat. I'm going to move on. Also in the chat. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Choose the correct adjective. Pronouns. My sister enjoys this movie or these movies, or movie. It's just one sister, and there's just one movie. So what is it? My sister enjoys, and it's just one movie. So is it this movie or these movie?
This movie.
This movie and mine.
Very good. This movie. I like that actor. I like that actors, or I like those actors. There's more than one actor.
I like
I
that.
like those actors.
Those actors, because there's more than one. If it was just one, you would say I like that actor, but because there's more than one, you have to say those. Okay, this special effects are great, or these special effects are great. There's more than one special effect.
These special effects sound
That
great.
monster scared me. Those monsters scared me. There's just one monster.
That monster scared me.
Last one, I would watch this movie again. I would watch these movie again. There's just one movie.
This
I like this
movie again.
All right, so for the next one, we have vocabulary strategies, paragraph clues. Look in your reading writing workshop book to find clues in the meaning of the words below, then write the clues in the box. So for this one, we're actually going to need to use our reading writing workshop book. And last week, I couldn't find those pages, but it was because we were in the wrong book. So we're gonna go to page 422. And we're looking for the word stored.
Bicycle-powered energy. Here's how bicycle-powered energy works. When a student pedals the bike, the rear wheel spins. The wheel spins the generator. The generator produces electricity. As long as a student pedals the bicycle, electricity flows, or runs, through the generator. The electricity can be used right away. This energy can also be stored in a battery. It can be used later. Teachers can haul or carry laptop computers to the battery and plug them in for power. Bicycle generator.
So it says, the electricity can be used right away. This energy can also be stored in a battery. it can be used later. So if something is stored, what does that mean? It can be used what? Look for context clues.
Use later.
It can be used later. So when something is stored, it means that you can use it later. Like for example, you might buy eggs at the store, and then you're going to store it in your refrigerator so that you can use them later. Okay, and the next one is going to be appliance, page 423.
Using bicycle-powered energy. People also exercise on bicycles and produce power in gyms. People create watts as they pedal. A watt is a unit for measuring power. Small devices, such as small televisions and fans, often use less than 100 watts per hour. These things can be run by bicycle-powered electricity. It would be a mistake to use pedal power to run a refrigerator, though. This large appliance often uses more than 700 watts per hour. The electricity for these machines comes from power lines overhead or underground. Pedal power is popping up in schools, gyms, and homes. What a fun way to provide electricity. Bicycle power can be used to power these appliances.
So here there is a hair dryer, there's a blender. So we see the word appliance, this large appliance, which is the refrigerator. And then we see these appliances, which is the hair dryer and a blender. So we see the word appliances, and then we see what the examples are. So we see a refrigerator, a hair dryer, and a blender. So those are all context clues to tell us what are appliances. What do all of those things have in common? A hair dryer, a TV, a refrigerator. What do they all have in common? They're all what?
All used with
They're all electronic. They're all machines. Very good. They're all machines that we use to help us in our day. There's something that we can apply to use to help us. Okay, the last one we have is transferred, page 427.
Paragraph clues. You can use paragraph clues
Miss
to figure out the
Parkin,
meaning of a new word. Think about what you learned from the whole paragraph and use words you know to help you understand the new word. Find text evidence. To figure out what the word transferred means, I look at other sentences in the paragraph. Paragraph clues help me understand that transferred means moved from one place to another.
So it says here, you use your legs to push the pedals. Your energy is transferred to the bike. This shift of power or energy makes the bike move. So transfer means to what?
to transfer something.
Okay, but what does that mean? Let's read it again. You use your legs to push the pedals. Your energy is transferred to the bike. The shift of power or energy makes the bike what?
To transfer energy.
Okay, but let's use another word other than transfer. What context clue do we see right here to help us understand what transfer means?
move.
Move, very good. All right, I'm gonna put those answers in the chat. Used later, machines, and move. All right, guys. If you need more time, you guys can look in the chat, or you guys can pause the video on YouTube. What we're gonna be doing now is we're gonna be reviewing for your selection and your comprehension test for tomorrow. Here we go. Let's start off with your selection test, and then we'll move on to your comprehension. Okay, ready? Number 1. Oh no. Okay, which of the following words means the power to do work?
Energy.
Energy.
Very good. Number 2, which word means quiet or still?
Silent.
Very good. Number 3, what does haul mean? To haul something.
Carry.
To carry. Very good. If
Carry.
something flows, it what?
Runs like water.
Runs like water.
Runs like water. Very good, guys. Next one. Where are underground wires located? Underground wires, sorry.
Deep in the soil.
Deep in the soil. Deep in the soil.
Very good. Okay, now on your test tomorrow, I'm going to ask you which animal lives underground? A cow, a monkey, a prairie dog, or a robin? Which of those animals live underground?
Prairie dog.
Very good. We learned about that in class. Okay. Number 6. Remember to mute yourselves after you guys share. Thank you. Number 6. Blank runs lamp, TVs, and refrigerators.
Electricity.
Very good. Number 7.
Electricity.
Which of the following words is defined below? Or from the sun? Which one is from the sun?
Solar.
Solar. Very good. And the last question before we move on to our selection test. The dictionary definition is electricity or other forms of energy or force, ability to act. Which of the following words is defined above? That's also a vocabulary word.
Power.
Power. Very good.
Power.
Okay, these are going to do with the story My Light. What is the topic of My Light? Is it the light from the sun is bright? There are many types of energy. We could not live without energy, or the light from the sun gives us energy in many ways.
The light from D.
Very good. What are the 4 different ways we learned? Coal, solar,
Wind.
water, and wind. Very good. Number 2, what causes wind? Ooh, I talked about this. Remember, the sun does, but what about the sun? It's not the light. It's what causes wind. Remember? The air. Which one? Warm air rises or cool air rises? Remember, when it's hot, it all goes where? Up. So warm air rises, cool air pours in. Okay, next one. How do green plants use the sun's light?
To build leaves.
Very good. The green plants grow, but we don't see, but not new plants. They grow them. They grow the plant that it is itself. So the best word would be to build leaves and stems. It's trying to trick you. Next question. What happens to plants that die and get buried for millions of years? They turn into
coal.
They turn
And
into
last
coal.
After reading the selection, you can conclude that the sun makes life easier. The moon depends on the sun. People could live without the sun. People depend on light from the sun every day. What's the best answer? People depend on light
from the sun every day.
Very good. All right, guys, we are now going to move on to your comprehension. Okay, we're going to read the story and then we're going to answer the questions. Before I even read the story, I'm going to look at the questions. Pick 2 phrases from the sentence that help you understand the meaning of energy. Which point does the author make about heating a home? Which sentence best supports your article in part A? What is a bulb? Pick 2 phrases from the sentences that help to explain what a bulb is. So you'll pick 2. Why did the author write energy at home? Choose an answer, and then you're going to write it in the chart. Oh, did I miss one? Oh, and that was it. So let's go ahead and start with our reading. We use energy in many ways every day. Energy makes things move, give light, and heat up or cool down. It gives us power to run machines like cars and computers. Energy makes life safe, comfortable, and easy. A look at your own home shows how this is true. Your home gives you shelter by keeping you safe. It is comfortable inside when the weather is bad outside. It is light inside when the world is dark outside. Energy helps you be comfortable at home. When you feel cold at home, what can you do? You can ask someone to turn up the heat. That turns on a machine that blows warm air into the room. Heating your home takes a lot of energy. In fact, most of the energy in your home goes to keeping it warm. Your home may have machines that cool the air too. When it gets dark outside, what can you do? You can turn on a lamp. You need energy to make light. Energy moves through wires inside the walls. The wires attach to a lamp and energy travels to a bulb. That is the glass part in a lamp. Energy heats the inside of the bulb, making it glow with light. Wires send energy all around your home. They send energy to your stove and your washing machine. When you watch television or use your computer, you use energy too. All of these machines have wires that plug into walls where energy is stored until you turn something on. When you get dirty, what can you do? You can take a bath or shower. You probably get the water nice and warm before you get in. A machine called a water heater makes the water warm for your bath or shower. It also heats water for washing dishes and doing laundry. Some clothes need to be cleaned with warm water in the washing machine. Today, we have plenty of energy, but it may be harder to get in the future. Energy may cost people more money to use, so we should use it carefully. Turn off lights and machines when you do not need them. Open or close windows when you feel hot or cold. You can help save energy around your home. So, read the sentence from the article again. We use energy in many ways every day. Energy makes things move, give light, and heat up or cool down. It gives us power to run machines like cars and computers. Pick 2 phrases from the sentence that help you understand the meaning of energy. So which of these has something to do with energy? In many ways, every day makes things move, gives us power, cars and computers. Which one helps us understand the definition of energy?
Gives us power.
Gives us power is one. Very good. However, there's another one. What else has something to do with power and energy? What is
Cars
energy?
and computers.
Okay, well, cars and computers are examples of how we can use energy, but energy, what causes those cars and computers to work? How do we know that they're working?
Electricity.
Yeah, how do we know that cars are working? If it turns on, if it is what?
Have electricity.
If it's moving, if it's driving, if it's not driving on the street, if it's not moving, then it's probably not powered up. So which of those has something to do with powering something up? Which one has something to do with energy? What does energy do? Let's reread. Energy makes things move, give light, and heat up or cool down. It gives us power to run machines. Very good. So it gives us power and it makes. Question number 2. Which point does the author make about heating a home? Ooh, so let's reread. A look at your home shows how this is true. When you feel cold, you turn on the heat. You can also have machines that cool the air. You turn on a lamp when it's dark. It heats up your stove. It You can turn on your washing machine. You can turn on your TV or your computer. You take a bath or shower, a machine called a water heater makes it so that the water is warm. Today, we have plenty of energy, but it may be harder to get in the future. Energy may cost people more money to use, so we should use it carefully. So what does the story say about heating a home? It is easy to do. It uses a lot of energy. It uses a lot of money. It is not done that often. Oh, I don't think it's not done that often. I think we use energy a lot in our home. So what do you guys think? Which point does the author make about heating a home?
It's not done often.
It's used it is not done that often. Let's think. What point does author make about heating a home? Let's read it again.
It uses a lot of energy.
Heating your home takes a lot of energy. In fact, most of the energy in your home goes to keeping it warm. So let's read that again. In fact, heating your home takes a lot of energy. In fact, most of the energy in your home goes to keeping it warm. So, what does the author make about heating a home? It is easy to do.
It uses a lot of energy.
It uses a lot of energy. Now, which sentence tells us that? Your home gives you shelter by keeping you safe. Energy helps you be comfortable at home. You can ask someone to turn up the heat. In fact, most of the energy in your home goes to keeping it warm. Which one says that you use a lot of energy to heat up your home? And that comes from the story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. A, your home gives you shelter. No, it's not A.
In fact, most of
the energy in your home goes to keeping it warm. Does that say that it uses a lot of energy to heat up your home? Yes. So we see the use a lot of energy, most energy. We see the word heating home, home keeping it warm. So D is correct. Okay. Question number 3. The wires attached to a lamp and energy travels to a bulb. That is the glass part in a lamp. Energy heats the inside of the bulb, making it glow with light. So what is a bulb? The wire attaches to a lamp and energy travels to the bulb. So is the bulb, the wire, the energy, the part of the lamp that gives off light, or the part of the lamp that makes new energy? What does a bulb do? Think about a light bulb. What does it do?
energy goes to the light bulb and gives it light.
Very good. It gives off light. When you think of a light bulb, ding, you think of it giving off light. Now, which 2 phrases from the sentence help you explain what a bulb is? So we know it gives off light. So which of these talks about giving off light?
Making it glow.
Making it glow. However, there's another phrase. It says pick 2 phrases that explain what a bulb is. So let's see. The wire attaches to a lamp and energy travels to a bulb. That is the glass part in a lamp. Ooh, so what is it?
Energy.
Okay, let's read it again. The wires attached to a lamp and energy travels to a bulb. That is the glass part in a lamp. Ooh, so we use context clues. So what is a bulb? The glass part in a lamp. So which of these say something about the glass part being in a lamp? C, the glass part. Energy heats inside of the bulb, making the bulb glow. So the bulb is the glass part that glows. Question number 4. Why did the author include information about how to save energy at home? To get readers to use energy carefully, to explain that we have plenty of energy today, to give information about how much energy costs, to show readers that homes always need more energy. Which one do you think? If the author is saying to save energy, what do you think he wants the readers to do? He says to save energy.
To get readers to use energy carefully.
Very good. So for example, if you're leaving the house and all of the lights are still on, that's not being very careful. He wants you to save energy. Think about it. Oh, okay, I'm leaving the house. Did I turn off the lights in my bathroom? Yes. Did I turn off the TV? Uh-oh, I forgot to turn off the TV. He wants you to make sure that you're not wasting energy. He wants you to use it carefully. Last one. Why did the author write energy at home? Drag the answer into the box. To describe how to make energy, to explain how to use less energy, to describe how energy is used in homes, to explain why heating a home uses a lot of energy. So if we go back to the story, let's see. The first paragraph is about how energy is used. The second one is about how our home uses energy. The third one is about heating our homes. The fourth one is about lighting our homes. The fifth one is about using appliances in our homes with energy. The sixth one is heating up the water in our homes with energy. And the seventh one is then about saving energy. So what is the story? What are most of the paragraphs mostly about? To describe how to make energy. No, we do not learn how to make energy. To explain how to use less energy. It tells us to use less energy, but it doesn't give us any examples. To describe how energy is used in homes. Does it describe how energy is used in homes? Yes.
Yes.
Tells us about the air conditioning, about the heaters, about the refrigerators, about the TVs, about the lights. To explain why heating a home uses a lot of energy. Well, it does, but that comes at the very end. So what do you think is the best answer?
To describe how energy is used in homes.
Very good. To describe how energy is used in homes. It tells us so many ways that energy is used in homes. There's so many ways. We use it to heat up our bathtubs, our showers, our lamps, our refrigerators, so that we can heat up our homes, stoves, washing machines, light bulbs, plugs into walls. So it gives us lots of details on how energy is used in our homes. All right, guys, you guys have about 10 more minutes to work on your 5 things. And then I will see you guys. So do your 5 things right now. Practice spelling, practice vocabulary, grammar, mechanics, selfie writing. And then I will see you guys I'll see you guys at 10:15. Can you guys put in the chat 10:15 so I know that you guys are going to come back at 10:15 for math?